I would be very surprised if you told me you didn't experience pain in your life. Pain comes in all different forms. Maybe you've seen a loved one pass away, or you were in a breakup that you weren't expecting. Were you ever bullied when you attended school? Or perhaps you were a victim of sexual or domestic abuse. I want you to know that you are not alone, that we all go through hard times in our life, and the hardest time in my life was when I was in middle school. During this time, I was in one of the most toxic relationships I have ever been in. And who is that person? Well, let's just say that he didn't respect professional boundaries. This relationship made me question who I can trust and who are my role models. Continuing forward, I felt like the stories of my past would follow me every time I tried to start over. There were many times where I felt like my past would win, allowing it to control my thoughts. I know what it's like to feel trapped in bed. When I feel my lowest, it was hard for me to be motivated about anything. I remember all the times where I felt worthless. And even today, I still struggle with some of those same thoughts. However, my story today is not about what happened in my past. It's about how I moved on. And so today, I want to share with you how art motivates me and drives my passion. The high school I attended had an amazing studio art program that I knew would prepare me for any college program in the arts. It was hard for me to be sad during all the times I would lose myself in my work. My new distractions became stippling forms with pen and ink or drawing from observation. I remember every thick brush mark I would paint boldly onto my canvas. My new frustrations centered from trying to figure out the type of artist that I wanted to be. However, there were still times where I felt insecure. Being in a class full of very talented peers, it was hard for me to not compare myself to their abilities and skills. This is when I talked to my art teacher, and she helped me realize that every artist has their own unique approach and style. And after talking to her, I felt special in my own way, realizing what I could do that maybe others couldn't. Art helped me to accept myself for who I am. And as I continued to plunge headfirst into my work, I was able to discover my abilities with what I could do with ink, pastel, charcoal, and oil paint. I felt the calmest when drawing and painting and allowed my emotions to explode on paper. And as I continued to develop my skills, this prevented my sadness from winning. And the more I did art, the more I thought about the future students that I want to inspire. I want to help my students as they are figuring out their lives because I know I was happy to have that support when I was trying to find myself. Art gave me options to think about for what my future could hold, and I believe art can have the same effect on others. In New Orleans, there's an after-school program called Kids Smart. Their mission is to gauge children in dynamic, creative, and rigorous learning through the arts. They provide arts enrichment in after-school and community-based programs and work alongside others to advocate for the arts. Sophie Lucidio Johnson, who is now invested in this program, talks about her reasoning for getting involved. When she was in her third year of teaching, she had a student named Ava, a 5-year-old who already in her life experienced sexual abuse. One day, Ms. Johnson brought her a box of pastels, and Ava immediately started practicing with the medium, doing all kinds of bold marks and scribbles all over her pages. One time, Ava came in and showed a piece of work to Ms. Johnson and explained, "This is what it feels like when I'm mad. This is what it feels like all the time." At the end, there was no way for Ava to explain her emotions in words. She needed to show it, and art can provide that type of self-expression. Another program that helps students who are struggling is called Art with a Heart. Now, when a landslide took place in Oswego, Washington, 43 people died from the natural disaster in 2014. Kids from Darrington Elementary School were left struggling, missing school and misbehaving. Art with a Heart is a nonprofit organization that provides art therapy to these students. Their mission is to help children overcome trauma through creative expression. This program has created opportunities for children to gain self-awareness, empathy, and while learning to work more cooperatively with their teachers and peers. Having a piece of art to symbolize their emotional process has also been a motivator. CEO of the program, Haiti Durham, believes that these creative expression programs help these students lead to a safe, healthy, and deeply successful adulthood. Now, from Washington to Los Angeles, California, the other program that I found out about is credited to John Zender Estrada. He's known for his graffiti work all over the LA streets, producing over 300 murals. Today, he now directs a school of urban art called Creative Art Solutions, where students not only develop their artistic skills, but he states that his program keeps these kids off the streets. He mentions he found the program in 2002, where his mission is to provide a center where students can do homework, focus on issues with their daily lives, and are provided with art. According to the U.S. News and World Report, it is crucial to have these prevention programs during the time that students are in middle school because many of these gangs try to recruit these kids as young as 13 and now even younger, like 10 to 12 years old. And through John Zender Estrada's program, he helps these kids realize the potential that they could have in a career in the arts. Hearing about all these art programs in schools or in the community where they talk about student growth has made me feel very optimistic. This has confirmed my belief that I am not the only one who has benefited from what art can provide. Art throughout my education has allowed me to explore my identity, and to this day, I still continue that search. Even if you've gone through like negative experiences that have happened to you that deviate your focus from experiencing these present moments, and if you feel that art is something that could help you, then grab a piece of paper, any kind. Maybe it's a scrap piece of paper in your room, a piece of paper from your printer, or a graphing sheet from that math notebook. Then grab a pencil, a marker, a crayon, or whatever's near you, and start drawing. If you do not feel the effects that art provides for you, like it does for me, that does not mean you are doing something wrong. That means you need to go out there and find something that helps you express who you are. I truly believe that if we keep these after-school programs going, and if we keep advocating arts in schools, it might help some of these students who are struggling or having a hard time. Because I know for me that art saved me, and I believe art can save others too. Thank you.